All right, listen up. OKRs have evolved a lot since Andrew Grove first introduced them, with each expert and organization adding their own twist. Now, while the concept is simple, it actually takes real discipline, commitment, and clear communication to make it work well. Many experts warn about the fact that OKRs are deceptively simple. You can grasp the basics quite quickly, but in order to get real benefits, you need to understand the subtleties. Different thought leaders actually differentiate or emphasize on different core strengths of OKRs. Some focus on focus or agility or alignment or maybe employee engagement, while others emphasize on communication, agility, transparency, and whatnot. In my research, I've identified 11 guiding principles behind OKRs, with communication sometimes standing out as, let's say, the link between all of them. For the new folks, I'm Ali. I've got a PhD in performance management. I'm a consultant by day, and in my free time, I'm your aunt in performance management and trying to get nonsense out of the workplace. I have zero patience for corporate fluff or jargon, and I try to make things straightforward, real, and jargon free if I can. Let's jump right in. First one is agility, which is both a blessing and a curse. Now, strategic plans sometimes feel like those Pinterest recipes, which look amazing but fall flat when you try them out. Reality hits, things change, and you gotta be quick on your feet if you wanna keep up. And this is where agility comes in. OKRs keep you nimble by mixing in those big, dreamy objectives, long term usually, 3 to 5 years, with bite sized quarterly objectives. Now, most companies check in on their OKRs and check the relevancy of their OKRs at the end of each 3 months and do track progress weekly or bi weekly. Because who wants to wait months to find out that they're off track? Hopefully, not you. Now, this constant check in means you stay disciplined, you innovate fast, and you can also course correct before your great idea turns into a dumpster fire. Just don't get so caught up in short term wins that you forget about your long term vision. Balance is the name of the game. Second one, dynamism and flexibility. Here's the deal: OKRs aren't some rigid, boring rulebook. They're more like your favorite pair of jeans: stretchy, comfy, and adaptable. If you work with OKRs, you can set them anywhere within the organization. You can mix and match however you want. You can tweak them whenever you have to. Just don't be that person that changes objectives every other day because you lost focus or you forgot to work on them. That's a one way ticket to nowhere. Most teams might tweak how they get there, not necessarily the destination itself. Pivot, don't flip. Keep your eyes on the prize, but be ready to change the game plan if you must. Third one, prioritization and focus. Here's a truth bomb. If you try to do everything, you will get nothing done well. OKRs should help you get real and narrow down your priorities. Usually, you want to keep it between 3 to 5 objectives, and some even say fewer. Why? Because nobody likes a goal salad. Now, when you pile on too many objectives, you lose focus, you get overwhelmed, and you get confused. Andrew Grove said it best: if everything is important, nothing is important. So pick your battles, focus like a laser, and slay those priorities one at a time. Trust me, your sanity will thank you. Next one on the list, alignment. Now, here's where magic happens. Everyone talks about alignment, but in reality, only about 7% of employees that answered the previous survey know how their work ties with company goals and objectives. Now, that's basically like throwing a party where nobody knows why they were invited. I think that can get awkward real fast. OKRs usually fix this by blending top-down strategy with bottom-up input. The big bosses set the direction, but teams actually get to bring their own flavor to the table. Now, this creates ownership, sparks innovation, and stops people from blindly following orders. Plus, OKRs smash silos. Teams from different departments have to collaborate, they have to talk, and they have to align their priorities. I know everyone talks about not working in silos nowadays, but the problem is most organizations still do. Heads up, alignment isn't just about copy pasting objectives from one level to another and calling it a day. That actually kills creativity as much as the Monday morning meeting we have discussed in last video. Each team's OKRs can be unique, showing how they personally contribute to the big picture. This leads us to teamwork and collaboration. Now, OKRs aren't a solo hustle. Top experts agree that teamwork is the secret sauce to OKRs. But it's not just about your own squad or your own team. It's about creating a team of teams, if you want, that supports each other across the entire organization. Christina Woodtake nails it by saying that you set objectives and key results as a team, and you win or lose as a team as well. But don't fool yourself. This only works if leadership leads by example and they open up the right communication channels. Without that, it's just wishful thinking, to be honest. If you want real teamwork, you also need full-on transparency. That means everyone can see everyone else's OKRs as well as the results. There's no hiding, no guessing games, no people not being aware of what others are doing. This kind of meaningful transparency, if you want, boosts motivation, encourages collaboration, and keeps everyone aligned. But here's the kicker. If your culture's autocratic and blame heavy, transparency can scare people into hiding or fudging results. So leaders, create a safe space. Transparency isn't about judgment, it's actually about openness. Seventh guiding principle, innovation. OKRs are not about sticking to business as usual. They push companies to stretch beyond the comfort zone, chase bold dreams, and spark fresh ideas. The system encourages everyone to pitch in with new ideas and take risks, even if that means failing sometimes. Because guess what? Execution beats perfect ideas every time. But shocker, 40% of people still use OKRs to track those boring business as usual stuff. Time to level up, people. Next one. Connected somewhat with innovation, we have ambition. OKR push everyone to aim higher, like really higher. Think audacious, exponentially aggressive objectives that stretch your limits. Doer calls it the gospel of 10x. You test yourself, get creative, and yes, sometimes you fail. Research, however, backs this. Tough objectives boost performance and motivation as well. But here's the trick. You're not supposed to achieve 100%. Scoring 60 to 70% means you're actually winning, because OKRs value effort and growth, not perfection. Old school system want the perfect score and often blame you if you miss it. OKRs actually flip that script. You're encouraged to stretch, but you're not punished if you fall short. Ambition has to come from inside. But if your team isn't feeling it, leadership has to build a culture where failure isn't a crime and risk-taking is actually encouraged. Push too hard too fast, the team might snap. Play it too safe, there will be no growth. Our ninth guiding principle is ease of usage. The OKR system is simple, just objectives and key results tied to your company's big picture. It's way faster to set up, teach, and even review than those traditional systems. Yeah, you won't master it immediately. You'll probably set way too many objectives at one time, you'll set tasks instead of key results at another, but because it's easy to understand, people buy in pretty fast. Over time, it gets smoother and quicker. Unlike complicated frameworks drowning in jargon and paperwork, OKRs are less talk and more action. You don't need mountains of documents or processes, just clear direction, fast reviews, and quick adjustments. That's why all kinds of organizations can jump in and start using them. Number 10, and the reason why I like OKR so much is the fact that they are not just about hitting numbers, they're about people. It is probably the most people-centric performance management framework. See, this framework flips the old school top-down vibe, and I wouldn't say hands the reins to employees, but certainly engages employees in the process the most by letting them embed their ambitions into their OKRs and aligning with the big picture based on their own understanding and their own background. Why? To be fair, because motivation comes from within, not from a manager yelling targets in a meeting. When people get a say, performance, engagement, they're gonna grow. Plus, the best ideas, they often come from the front lines, not from someone in the corner office. Sure, some managers will sweat because they are losing some control, and employees might even doubt themselves at first. But this inclusive vibe will help everyone see how their work matters, how their own ambitions matter, and help them link their own personal motivations with the grand scheme of the organization. Last one, no compensation tied to OKRs. I know this is something nobody likes to hear and it feels a bit counterintuitive, but here's the deal. OKR and bonuses are not a good match. If you pay people based on hitting very stretched objectives, they're just going to play it safe and set easy to achieve targets. It's as simple as that. If my bonus depends on it, I'm going to play it safe, which practically kills the whole point of stretching, right? OKRs are supposed to be a tool for growth, not a weapon for punishment. They're about pushing boundaries without fear of failure or fear that your manager is going to get the stick. Linking cash to OKRs often shifts motivation from I want to do this because it matters to I'm going to do this for the money, which actually tanks creativity or innovation or ambition in general. Most savvy companies get this. The real power comes from owning your objectives and rocking them because you care and because you're going to get recognition, not because your bonus depends on it. So, what's our takeaway today? OKRs help you stay agile and adapt like a boss. Keep things flexible without losing your focus, force you to prioritize what truly matters, and get everyone marching to the same beat. Nail this, and you're not just setting objectives, you're driving real results with clarity, energy, and a whole lot of teamwork. If you like this video, share, comment, send your stories of success or failure my way, because I'm really curious to see how you guys work with performance management. Let's build a community of people that know how to make performance management and life in organizations less painful. Because let's face it, we all work and spend way too much time in organizations as it is. Together, we can maybe turn chaos into clarity, or again, at least less painful. And given that autumn is getting chillier, not sure if you can see that, but it is very chilly today and it's pushing us indoors. I will see you next week in a completely new setup. But for now, thanks for hanging out.